Don't come to my house or else I'll suck your dick. Blood.
Boo! I saw you jump. Halloween! Ghost ghouls and goblins galore and random venting videos that you guys did not like. Still working on another long form video, but I didn't want to leave everyone high and dry on the spookiest month of the year. So today, I am joined by a very special guest that I found digging around in my bathroom trash, Luke Gill!
What is this? What's going on?
Today, I'm going to ask them a few scary hypotheticals, and I'm just going to see what they would choose. But first, a word from our sponsor! Let's say you're outside, right? You're on your big wheel, your iconic red big wheel.
I always have a big wheel, yeah.
You were doing donuts, you're always kicking little toddlers to the ground. And then suddenly the sky turns gray, and what the fuck was his name? Click cats.
John Halo?
A big Christopher Walken.
Yeah, big Christopher Walken, yeah.
A big Christopher Walken comes out of the clouds.
Like from Click?
From Click. He looks at you with his dead eyes, and he says, I'm the angel of death.
I'm the angel of death. I will kill you in real life.
He says the world's gonna end, and you gotta... Well, not even that. It's like a biblical test, let's say. This is a biblical test for you.
Yeah.
But you gotta choose one of these little zombie apocalypses to try to get through.
Oh, so what you're saying is Christopher Walken is like, choose the correct zombie apocalypse, otherwise you will perish.
Not even like the correct one. It's just more like which one. Like you're gonna experience fucking death firsthand, but it's like you get to choose which one.
Damn, fair enough. Alrighty then. What are my options?
Right. So your options are Resident Evil, Raccoon City. Okay. You also get the Dead Space, like Nostromo or.
The Dead of Space.
It's not the Nostromo, it's like the Dead Space, Ishimura.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because that's just like, that's basically Alien, but it's just zombies and multiples.
Yeah, it's like slightly edgier Alien. Or like The Last of Us, like fungus. So let me get some establishing rules out of the way.
Yeah.
So like for these, like you get like the one shot. Let's say like there's like sort of like a little time limitation or something like that.
Yeah.
I would say. Let's like set the scene for like your Resident Evil Jones if you're gonna go through it.
Yeah.
Okay. Resident Evil. It's like your basic zombies, right? You get bit, you turn to a zombie.
Yeah.
But a little more complicated than that. It's not like Walking Dead. You don't have to spend a season on a farm looking for a shitter kid.
Yeah, I was just saying, you're in the city. You can't be on that farm. You're city folk now.
Your wife's not cheating on you. She's dead.
you don't have fucking what's his name from Walking Dead be like, you know the rules. I know the rules, man.
There are no rules out here.
We're lost.
This is a Raccoon City. This is the Resident Evil.
Yeah, I was gonna say none of those. It's just you and the city.
You in the city. You gotta start your big old city. It's your big city adventure is what it is.
I've finally made it to the big city, Pop, and it sucks.
Fuck, I saw a guy eat another guy.
Yeah.
And that was before the zombies.
That was before the zombies.
Shit just got real. There are like a couple other things like
true.
in the city, because you also got like the standard zombies. But then you got those little liquor guys.
Oh right, I forgot there's more than just standard zombies.
That's right, you got a bunch of mutants running around.
You got like fucking, I call him Big Ed. The big one.
It's Big Ed.
Isn't like Resident Evil Nemesis about like you have to run away from just big giant man?
Oh, that's Mr. X. Yeah, let's say like Mr. X is
Mr.
after
X.
you.
Yeah.
Not even like after you. I think he was like sent just like clear house because like obviously Umbrella. Spoiler by the way. They did the whole infection thing.
Oh damn! I was gonna.
And they send like Mr. X to like kill witnesses and. I mean, you're not like a Leon. You're not like doing you're not like a high important asset, but you could still potentially tell people Umbrella did this.
Yeah, like you could live and tell people like Umbrella did this, and if it's like real life, no one will care. But in the context of a video game, they will care. So.
Exactly. So like, let's say there's like a 20% chance you run into him, and he will try to kill you.
True. Yeah, that's a good point.
There's also big alligators in the sewers.
Oh yeah, there's like alligators and a bunch of fucked up shit in like the like tunnel systems.
So you have to deal with all of that, and not only the zombie virus, but you also have a bunch of like parasites apparently.
Fair. Very, very fair.
It's like, let's also say there's like a 10% chance to run into Nemesis.
Yeah, you make a good point.
Even then, he wouldn't like even be directly after you. He's like after STARS agents, and unless you're like, I'm a star for a day.
I was gonna say, I feel like in the scenario of something like this, like somehow I would be a star agent just for the sake of like more conflict to happen to me directly.
You know, let's do that. Let's promote you from side character to plot point. There you go.
Yeah.
So now there's like a much bigger chance he's gonna run after you.
Awesome. I love it.
That would be scary. He's like running at you at a full pace. This giant behemoth of a man.
Big wall ass motherfucker.
All right, but now for Dead Space.
Yes.
Okay, so sci-fi setting. You're in space.
Yeah.
As the title includes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this thing called the Mark. Do you know Dead Space lore?
I do not.
Okay, so this is a little crash course for you.
Okay.
So there's this thing called the Marker, and it's like this Lovecraftian artifact, what have you. There's like two of them. One's black, one's red. They do the same thing. I don't know why they fucking made a difference.
Color schemes.
Color schemes. There you go. So the markers, they make people go insane.
Make them badonk themselves.
It makes them badonk themselves. It just makes them go like crazy and like bloodthirsty, and they start like killing people or what have you. And then those bodies come back as necromorphs, big stabby alien things.
Yes, with big pincer hands.
Big pincer hands, all right, and they're not like standard zombies. They're the fast ones.
Yeah, like they could pull a Usain Bolt if they tried hard enough. Probably.
They're in the walls. They're in the goddamn wall.
They're in the goddamn walls. Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say, it's like, those, to me, out of all of the enemy types in all three of these options, feels like the least ideal to me.
For sure. And like, let's say like your goal is just to get to an escape pod, right? Or even get to like a captain's cruiser or shuttle, whatever they had in the game.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Even you don't know the Dead Space.
Even I don't know the lore, and I'm mentioning it. They're like the regular slasher variants, right? The big pincer guys.
Yeah.
Then you have the little babies that crawl around. They shoot stuff at you.
I didn't know they had babies.
They did. It's like a lore thing where like if you like lost an arm, they like have a little clone of you that they can just like instant grow you a new arm.
Cool. That's really awesome.
I didn't know that for the longest time. I thought they were just like random babies just on the ship.
They just had them lying around. They just had some babies.
They're just lying there. Might as well use them.
Might as well weaponize these babies.
And you got like the big hulks, the big brute. I think they're called brutes. Just these big fucking walls of meat, I would say.
Meat wall man.
Meat wall man. We're gonna call them that.
Yeah.
You have to deal with all that, plus like the supercharged versions of them, which are all like super fucking glitchy and faster and stronger.
I was gonna say, that's one thing I do know about Dead Space is the fucking ragdoll glitch effects.
Exactly. We're gonna, like, in this scenario, you would presumably be like a lot more resistance, like Isaac from the game.
Yeah.
So at the very most, you're gonna get like a couple of hallucinations.
Fair.
Of
Understandable.
like you being separated from your big wheel.
My big wheel.
You almost put a needle in your eye because you can't ride your big wheel anymore.
Put a needle in your eye. There's dragonflies. This is the theme song.
What's that the theme song to?
That's Jimmy Neutron.
Oh shit, it is.
I was riffing on Jimmy Neutron.
Ideally, you're also like, you'd be like pretty smart. I give you that.
Yeah.
You get some engineering knowledge, so you can like make weapons like in the game.
I have a degree.
You have a degree. You have an engineering degree.
I went to college.
I went to community college.
That too. It was not a good community college. So I am at least like sort of competent in what I'm doing from an engineering standpoint, maybe not so much in a like killing zombie standpoint.
Exactly. You at least like make something to defend yourself with. And the goal is to like try to get off the ship before it crashes into Aegis 7 or whatnot.
I don't know about you though, but like that whole vacuum of space thing does kind of fuck me up a little bit.
That would fuck with you alone, because like you've got off the ship, you're just in like the nothingness of space
Like
for a while.
Like the first and third options are like just fucked up city, and this one's just like, what if you were like in a vacuumous big metal hunk of shit in space, and also there were zombies.
What if? And,
what if,
Alright, finally we have Last of Us. Do you know about Last of Us?
I do. This is the one I'm the most knowledgeable of.
Scenario for this one is like you're basically Joel in this situation. You gotta take This is a longer haul one. It's not like a night or like a little afternoon.
Yeah, actually, I have a way to like kind of spice this one up a little bit more.
Okay.
You're not Joel. You're spoilers for whoever who played the second game, I guess. But you're the girl who kills Joel. So
Oh shit.
Not only are you living in the zombie apocalypse full of fungus as zombies, but you've also got a teenager that's trying to revenge you and kill you.
That's actually way better. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
That's a way better scenario. I'm not.
Rewrite that.
Alright, we're rewriting that. Hang on a second. I'm gonna fucking cut this out. So I just had a big brain blast. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh, gee, Marco, was this an idea that only you had and no one else?
Yeah, just me, actually. You were just sitting there longing for your big wheel.
I was sitting here drooling my big troglodyte mouth, looking at you thoughtlessly, while you had big brain idea.
Exactly, my brain pulsed. You saw it visibly. Okay, see, what the fuck? I actually have to look this up. Who kills Joel in last season?
Fucking, it's Abby.
Abby, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I had the minute of remembering the minute you typed it out. I was like, oh wait, it's Abby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, retread. So, Last of Us. This is all. I would say this is also like a long haul one.
Yeah.
Alright, so you are basically taking the place of Abby. Alright, you just killed Joel. Spoiler,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah,
I'm sure
sorry about that.
if you didn't hear it here, you probably heard it.
Also, who cares?
Who cares?
Fucking.
The game was mid in the season. I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Anyways, you just killed Joel.
Nice. With a golf club, by the way.
Yeah, you beat him at Wii Sports. Anyways, and he caved his head in. So now you have to get back to your home base, right? You back with the I'm calling them the wolf pack. I don't remember what the fuck they're called.
They're like the Fireflies or some bullshit like
They're
that.
like the wolf equivalent of fireflies, but let's just say at the very least you just have to get back there and you're good to go. What happens the rest of the game? It's like it's not your problem anymore. You get clicked out.
Yeah.
So you have to navigate all the way back to your fucking football stadium while surviving this. I wouldn't say hellscape. This is more like naturescape, I'd say.
Kind of, yeah. It's just like shit's sort of just returning to nature, but there's some zombies in it. Yeah.
There's some zombies in it, and now there's like a really fucking angry little girl who's gonna try to get you. She's calling all your friends fucker, and she's killing them.
Yeah. Furious lesbian ass little child.
There you go. And like you also there are also like different variants of the clickers or like the zombies.
The clickers.
The clickers like the second stage.
The big bulking ones. Like there's always big bulking ones.
Yeah, they're like the standard like fast zombies, right?
Yeah.
Then there are the clickers, which are like a lot tougher.
Mm-hmm.
Then the bloaters, which they like throw spores and shit, and they're like super tanky.
Fair.
You also got the rat. Let's say you have to run into the Rat King. You had to go in the sewers and fight the Rat King.
True. That's a good point. Yeah.
Have you seen the Rat King?
I have seen the Rat King.
Okay, so there's no need to explain.
No, you don't need to explain shit about that.
Yeah, you gotta deal with all of that. Probably gonna lose people on the way there, which
yeah.
I mean, it depends on like how empathetic you would be, because you're just in there until you get back to the stadium.
Like that's the thing, right? This is the one where it's not just like, oh, how good are you at killing zombies, but there's also like human consequence like takes effects in this, because like the Resident Evil one, who gives a fuck? Literally just nothing but zombies.
I know, it's just you, literally against everything else.
And the Dead Space one, it's also just you in like a big old fuck all spaceship. Meanwhile, this is the one where like other people actually exist, which in some ways are probably more dangerous, but also you have the ability of like, oh, am I a bad person? Oh no.
One of them's randomly pregnant.
Oh no.
And then you won't remember anyone's name because you just got there.
Yeah. I don't remember any fucking people, and they're like, we've met 3 times.
We've been on this road trip for a month!
It took us 3 days to create this character development. 3 days! Yeah, so, like, not only is there stupid idiot also zombies in this, but there's also stupid idiot people as well that you have to deal with.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, Last of Us is, like, the scenario of, like, oh, if this was like a real thing versus like these other two where one of them's in space and the other one just like, it literally everyone's infected, who cares, fucking leave, run away.
Okay, so you heard out all your options. Tell Christopher Walken which one you're doing.
My decision has been Resident Evil, because here's the thing, whatever happens, there will be pain, there will be deep suffering, and I've decided the Resident Evil one is the least painful because one, I'm in there with like a bunch of zombies. It's pretty crazy, right? But like by the end of the day, it can only last for the amount of time that it takes for the nuke to happen. When that nuke happens, then it's like I'm home free, whatever it is. But if I do leave, then I am also home free. So it's a win-win regardless. Whereas the other two options are like, one of them is just like worst fear in terms of like a claustrophobic like scenario type of thing. And the third one is worst possible scenario for, fuck, I have to just be a person also at the same time as this. So I have decided Resident Evil.
You go with Resident Evil?
I'm going with Resident Evil.
I go with Last of Us, I'm gonna be real. Just because I feel like depending on where you end up traveling, depends on how many like zombies you would end up running into.
True. You make a good point. Like, what if you're in just like the fucking barren ass desert of like Arizona or something like that? There would not really be that many zombies, honestly.
You'd be fine.
Yeah, you'd be chilling.
Like even like in the intro for The Last of Us 2, like they seem to get back to the place pretty fine. Like maybe they lost a guy or two, but like I is to keep my eyes out for a fucking redhead with vendetta.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I was gonna say, as long as you're smart and you don't kill people who are someone's possible father figure that they're having complicated feelings with, then you're good. But in this scenario, you are, so sorry. Get fucked.
So Liminal Spaces, they've been a pretty big thing as of recent years. You got stuff like the back rooms.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say once again, you're on your big wheel.
My big wheel. My big backwards big wheel.
Your iconic backwards big wheel. People ask you why you even ride that thing. You tell them that you wouldn't get it.
They never get it.
You just hit a rock and you just clipped into geometry. You start glitching out.
I phased through I no-clipped through the world as what the thing says, right?
And then you're met with a giant, let's say like Lego fucking level select screen. And you have three options, alright? You have the classic backrooms office, right?
Yeah, the classic, the OG.
You have the endless pools.
Yes.
Or just the endless Microsoft grass fields.
Those are three interesting options, because I feel like there's probably like, you could really debate any of them in some way, shape, or form. Because I think, like, do all of them have, like, fucked up shit in them some way?
Like, for me, like, what would be scary about the backrooms is that it's, like, this endless, reoccurring, just geometry. Like, no matter where you go, it's, like, the same couple variations of, like, of a different room. Like, some of them have, like,
fair
pits in the holes in the ground that go nowhere. Some of them just lead into completely differently shaped environments. Some of them just has a burnt car. It's a reference.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wouldn't even say you're guaranteed to like run into like a monster or anything, because I feel like those are things that like people just kind of ruined it with.
Yeah,
and then there's a big monster made of wires who's gonna get you.
There's a big stick figure man that pokes your eyes out and touches your butt.
And then you have to drink almond water because that's all there is.
The only food is vanilla wafers.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's like I get why it's there, because it's kind of like, you know, the horror is you're in a box. Okay, but like also I think there is some horror in just like it is endless, there is nothing, and you are basically in purgatory for like the rest of your life.
It's like that's a scary thing to me.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess, let's say there's like a pretty decent chance you could get out. You just have to find like a random like, oh, this wall's shaded weird, so you can just like clip through and then, oh, I'm at a McDonald's in fucking Idaho. That's weird. Yeah,
but it's like once every like week that you're able to have the chance to find that shader or something like that.
Exactly. So basically you get to choose your hellish scenery until then.
Damn.
So the office space, that's a given, you know?
Yeah, yellowish paper walls, that shit.
It's all yellow, right? But
it's all yellow.
Then we have the pools, which I mean, there's some recreation.
Yeah,
you could go swimming.
You could go swimming.
That could fix it or make it worse.
I was like, depending on the, like, I was gonna say, like, if you're like the biggest, like, I fucking love swimming, then you'd be in paradise. But if you hate swimming, then it's just like, oh, cool, there's less shit for me to do now.
I feel like I'd freak myself out in the pool one, because, like, I'd be, like, stepping on, like, the wet tiles, and I hear, like, a weird echo. It's like, Is that someone there?
Or like you feel something weird in your leg in the pool, and you're like, what the fuck? There's nothing here, but like there literally is nothing there.
It's literally just you fucking with yourself.
Yeah, it's your own mind giving you paranoia because there's just so much emptiness in this space that you have to fill in the blanks somehow.
The grass field, in theory, I'd say, seems like the chillest one, but then you have to find that one fucking patch of grass that's like a shade off.
Yeah. Like yeah. Also, like, this is a stupid thing, but like, is there like sunlight here?
There is sunlight, yes. You don't see a sun, but there is sunlight.
I think I should address the fact that you'd be fucking sunburnt so bad after a week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't have like a hat or you don't have sunscreen just like on you at the time of getting no clipped, then you're kind of just like, oh cool, skin cancer simulation.
Here we go.
Yes, like, time to crisp.
Even for that one, let's say there's like one like empty, weird circa 2000 house there.
I don't know how I feel about that. Like so there's like a regular house there. Is there anything in it?
No, it's just completely empty.
I mean, that makes that last one a much more preferable one, I think, as a result, if there is a house.
Let's even say for all of them. Like, there'll be a bunch of like random shit that'll just pop up. Like, oh, there's a chair in this one room and no other door.
But like none things that are like a harm to me in any way, like nothing that like could be a hazard, right?
I mean, I guess if you like start jumping on the chair, you might fall and fucking break your arm.
Well, yeah, but like things that are not like, oh, that's like a rabid dog, or like, oh, that's like toxic radiation.
I mean, I can't guarantee that there's not gonna be like anything else like chasing you. It's like a bunch of static objects. One of them might give you cancer. One of them might cure it.
Will I have food?
Let's say you have to do the almond milk thing. Stupid shit.
Nothing but almond milk.
Nothing but almond milk. Which, I mean, if you're in the pool thing, I guess you can drink pool water. But if it's not chlorinated, I guess.
Who's that one like YouTuber that like they got the bath water of fucking what's her name? The Belle Delphine.
You had to drink Belle Delphine's bath water.
No, all pool water is just Belle Delphine's bath water.
That sounds fucking horrid.
That is disgusting.
I'd rather die of exposure.
How about we ignore what we just said?
How about we just cut that out and
okay, so like the two that I'm like debating between are big old swimming pool ass room and the Microsoft fucking landscape shit.
I would also go for those, mainly because I feel like after a while, like the office space would fuck with your color vision.
Yeah, like you just see yellow, like everything would look yellow.
Because I remember, like, back when my brain wasn't done, it's still debatable now. I used to have this one LED in my lamp. It was just, we had on red one time. It was like watching a horror movie. It was like, oh, this fits the vibe.
Yeah.
And then we turned that light off, and for a minute straight, I just saw nothing but blue. I was like, what the fuck happened to my eyes?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the like certain light frequencies can truly fuck with your mind a bit. And like both of these areas at least seem to be sort of lit by some natural light in a way, which, you know, is probably preferable than just getting like yellow fucking light. But not only that, but like all the Backrooms videos I've seen have like that overhead like lamp sound that goes like
that drive you fucking nuts.
I think that like disqualifies the OG Backrooms like immediately. Like it's scarier as a result of that, but like for like me having to choose, I'd be like, nah, fuck that shit.
I'd rather hear like ambient pool noises and the winds than the fucking LED buzzing. I'd want to actually kill myself.
Yeah, I agree. Like you could fall asleep to those two things versus like the buzz of a light. Like, nah, no, dude. But like now I'm having to decide which one of these two things I would prefer though. Cause like fuck, I mean like at least with like the Microsoft like landscape, like you kind of have like at least a sort of a sense of normalcy with the fact that there's like, oh, it's like dirt and gravel and like grass. But like
it's just that.
It's like just that.
It's just these grassy, no trees. It's just this.
And meanwhile, the pool room is like, despite how weird and ominously empty it is, it's like this feels like it could be a place that kind of exists.
Yeah.
And I could trick my brain into being like, this is normal.
That's the thing with the Backrooms. Like, it all feels like subtly familiar. It's like the Uncanny Valley thing. Where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, I've been in Office Space. I've been to a fucking movie theater.
Yeah.
But it's just that.
Yeah. Like, if you went to a movie theater and you looked down a row and it was just like an endless list of theaters with nothing in them, it's like, oh. I mean, like, it felt normal for a moment, but now it doesn't. I'm really struggling with this one. I think I'd go with the pool room. Just because, like, it gives me the option to do something else besides just literally, like, walk around and stare at shit. Because you were mentioning the empty house, and it's like, if there's nothing in that empty house, then what the fuck is the point of it, you know?
That is true. Yeah. At least like with the pool one, you have stimulation.
Yeah, you can stimulate yourself in some ways, even though it is like just one way. And yeah, maybe you could make pool water almond milk mixture and be like, wow, this is something different at least.
I'd go with the Microsoft grass field thing. Like I feel like for some reason like the pool thing feels like a little threatening to me. It's like there's some corners I can't see. Which I know there's nothing there, but I don't know there's nothing there, you know?
True, yeah.
At least, like, the grass field, I have, like, this innate, like, sense field of vision.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh, there's nothing in the distance. Again, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself tonight.
Fair. Yeah, I was like, well, cool. Next time a shotgun drops in here, I'm killing myself now.
That's it. So you would go with the pool.
Yeah, I'd go with the pool.
And I'd go with the grass field.
Fair. Very, very fair choice. I'll take your grassy field any day.
Stop!
No.
Okay, you see that Christopher Walken did not in fact fix your big wheel. There's a big dent in it. It's not spinning right. You've had enough. You decide
God has abandoned me.
God's abandoned me. I'm gonna go kill a man. You become a serial killer. What's your gimmick? Because there are so many.
All right, so here's how it goes. All right.
What makes you stand out? All right, this is...
So here's how it goes. Look at my copy of Catcher in the Rye, which I'm now realizing is actually very relevant to the fact that I'm a serial killer. But I'm looking at my copy of Catcher in the Rye. I tear out a couple of pages. I put glue on it and cover it on my face and draw a big old meanie frown. And I take the remaining pages with me and I go out into the world, into the wild, and I find children who use ChatGPT, who use AI to write their essays and to describe what books are, and I give them paper cuts everywhere so hard they die. And so I am then the killer in the rye.
That's a good premise.
Thank you. What about you, though?
So I'd seep into my childhood trauma trying to do math, and I just sort of do that. And I become the protractor killer, and I'd find my victims, right? And I'd find guys who are very bad at math. I'd find people who very clearly use calculators for everything.
Yeah.
And I give them those word problems. I say, all right, solve it! What are you doing? So they're tied to the chair, by the way. You gotta solve this.
It's like the fucking they're reacting like that one Punisher clip. It's like wait. No.
It's very much like you ever had that feeling when you were a kid, you're trying to do homework and your parent was just like being a big shitter towards you because you're clearly not grasping what's happening.
Yeah, like you're just like, I don't understand, I don't get it.
And you start tearing up. I'm channeling that, except I'm the fucking bad parent.
Yeah, you are the bad parent.
I'm the bad parent. Like, you dumbass, PEMDAS, they left you a no, you idiot.
Yeah, it's like, it's a triangle.
X is Mikey. Y is the number of apples. What are you doing?
Oh God. Now I'm thinking about like what my methodology of going about it would be. I think it would be kind of similar to you, except for whatever reason, through my traumatic moment, I've now decided I will speak only like Werner Herzog, who famously, when asked what young artists should do, he said, read. So I will talk to them as Werner Herzog, being like, you must read Catcher in the Rye, otherwise you will succumb to the darkness that is my paper cuts on your face.
Even though you start reading it, you just have a quiz like, okay, 100 words.
100 words.
20 questions.
You must read, and you must write essay that is with your own hand, and you must do it properly, Otherwise, your hand will be paper cut to oblivion.
And then I come in. Now you gotta solve some math problems.
We're just like,
all right, and then I'm gonna carve the right answer into your chest, and then that's my whole thing.
I feel like both of us combined is what people think the education system actually is.
That's a good compromise.
But yeah,
we're gonna teach you to read, we're gonna teach you to do math, and we're gonna kill them.
Yeah, and then we will kill you in the most violent way possible. With literature.
I like we immediately chose different like approaches. Like I'm like hyper mad and you're just like, well, then I'm going to saw your head off with a shovel.
I'm like Jigsaw and you're like Jason. But yeah, that's I like our duo. It could go one of two ways. We could be like a serial killer duo, or we could be like a Freddy versus Jason kind of thing where we both hate each other. Cause one of us thinks like one thing is more important. It's like, I think reading is more important.
I think math is important. Look at your shirt. They use math to make it.
No, math can only be used if you are a construction worker, but those who read will understand the world they live in.
Wait a second. And then we come together like, wait a second. Wait. My math problems are written out. Wait a second. You like to read?
And there is numbers on the pages of this book which need to be understood to be progressed.
Well, wait a second. Wait, this dumbass kid wants us to kill each other. Let's kill him. Let's make him read and do math.
I like this. We've got like our own dark cinematic universe.
We have our own dark universe. We reinvented the dark universe.
Okay, but like, whose movie in the dark cinematic universe would be the best one?
I'd honestly say that like. Probably the reading killer would be a bit more. It'd be a lot more favored, just because I
probably
the performance I'd say for the read killer was a lot more subtle. You know.
Yeah, played by Werner Herzog.
Played by Werner Herzog. Yeah. People would actually sort of cling to that more. The fucking. My math killer, I forget his fucking name. My math killer.
Yeah. Yours was the protractor killer.
A protractor killer. He'd be too in the face, and people were like, it was alright. He was just too much.
Yours would be played by like Nicolas Cage.
You kill him. That's about right. Like, yeah, we thought Nick going crazy would be funny, but he already did that in the last thing, so.
Yeah, he already did that in Long Legs, so, you know, what's the point? I like this idea. I approve of it very much.
You know, let's go to Universal and pitch them this new idea. Yeah. And get $20 million and then disappear. Yeah,
and then never come back, and then they will find us in the Cuban bar and execute us Old West style.
After horrible reconstruction surgery.
Yeah, like we both look like Nicolas Cage and Long Legs.
We both look like Nicolas Cage and Long Legs. I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. More like Sickles Cage.
Whoa. So speaking of movies, Luke, you're one of the best movie buffs I know.
Sounds fake, but alright.
It's disingenuous. Like, actually, I think they have terrible taste.
It sounds like you're lying to me.
Everything I've ever seen that you said I should see, I've hated.
But thank you, I appreciate it. I think you are a also cultured person as well, more so than I am.
Yeah, it's a culture of like beating rocks with other rocks. See what kind of rocks are inside.
I'm thinking more like eating raw eggs, but like,
oh yeah.
But you know,
that somehow makes it worse.
We both have movies. We both have movie recommendations, and somewhere in the middle, maybe the girl watching this will enjoy. Alrighty. Do you want to go first?
You can go first. It's a special guest. You gotta go first.
I guess I am the special guest. I do gotta go first. Well, I'm gonna start off with a really interesting one because it's more of a TV movie. Because my first recommendation is a film called Ghost Watch, which is kind of like a found footage film, but more so like live broadcast found footage film. Because for those who don't know about this movie, essentially it was like a BBC like news holiday special for Halloween. A TV crew going into a house that was claimed to be haunted and, you know, not actually filmed live, but like presents in a way that looks like it was live, getting some real paranormal activity shit, like before Paranormal Activity. And it's great, and it's scarier than Paranormal Activity, so you should go watch it. It's very good.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
So I guess on that similar note, I'd recommend Skinamarink. It came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And it's one of those obtuse, sort of like, I don't want to say like artsy fartsy, but it's definitely one of those more abstract films.
Yeah, it's a bit headier.
Oh, for sure. It follows the story of these two kids who find themselves being haunted by this ever-present spirits, and it's just all shot in these really just obtuse angles, and it just, the narrative alone is enough to sort of get you enthralled. You know, because it does the thing where it's like, well, these kids are in trouble. I want to see how this turns out. But it does so much with just the psychological horror of it. And it showed me a really it made a really funny video out of it. Someone made a really funny parody out of it, and I think I have it saved on my phone, actually.
I think I know what this is. Beautiful.
Yeah, so that's scary to me.
Yeah. Skinamarink a really good movie. It's one of those things where it's like, I love the film, and I think it has issues of, like, the budget is kind of obvious at times, because I think, like, the one thing that irks me is the fucking, like, the reused walk sound that they just kind of have play over and over sometimes.
Yeah.
But it is really effective. Like, I think proper, like, watching it at night is, like, gonna mess with your brain kind of thing, and I really like it. Yeah, and it's like, some people might think it's, like, simplistic, but it's like, sometimes letting your imagination run wild is scarier than just showing you scary thing.
Exactly.
Big agree. My next choice for recommendation is The Exorcist 3. Now you may be wondering, why not The First Exorcist? Well, The First Exorcist is a really great movie, but I actually really prefer Exorcist 3, and also less said about Exorcist 2, the better. It's like sort of like a serial killer type drama as an Exorcist film, and I really love George C. Scott plays this sort of like police lieutenant who's trying to solve this case, who is a guy who is just so deeply nihilistic and just sad about everything, and it's kind of like a guy who has to, like, despite how horrible things are, find a way to persevere. And also probably one of the best, like, horror performances by Brad Dourif as the Gemini killer, who is kind of the main villain. And there's just a lot of really great dialogue and a lot of very simple scary shit, not like, you know, jump out and scare you, despite having probably like one of the best jump scares in any film in this film. If you look it up on YouTube, it's like probably the first clip that shows up. But it also has just like these deeply unnerving moments, like just the aftermath of a killing and just like this static frame of George C. Scott looking at what's happening in just utter disgust. And it's great. I would recommend it as a feel-bad movie, but also an effective horror movie, so go watch it. It's also directed by the guy who wrote The First Exorcist and the book The Exorcist. So there's that. So
I think I like mentioned it in my little rant earlier about your horrendous taste in movies. But one I would actually recommend is Mad God. So this was made by Phil Tippett. He's the guy who did a lot of the special effects for Star Wars, RoboCop, Jurassic Park. And this was a movie that was apparently 30 years in the making, which was only like, I think like only a couple years ago was finished up due to like crowdfunding and actual like volunteer work put into finishing the film. And it is bleak. It's bleak. It's beautiful. There's not really like a set plot to talk about. It's more about sort of taking in this like horrifically built world and it just kind of going through it.
I was gonna say it's nightmarish in design.
By design, it is nightmarish, and granted, there's some stuff I don't like about it. Like later in the movie, there's like this baby crying, and it will not shut the fuck up. Yeah. It is so goddamn bad compared to like the rest of the movie, which is actually really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's like the one thing about that movie that's like a little bit of hindrance is that it's kind of like more like a semblance of disparate scenes than it is like a full like narrative at times. But like there's kind of also some fun in that too. Exactly. It's just about taking this really necrotic ride, I would say. I agree. Very, very good animation and just atmosphere and just like consistent horribleness. It's great. I love it. If you like watching just random weird shit, this is it. All right. My next choice is probably the most like obscure one on this, I think, probably that I have, is a movie called Pulse from Japan. The best way I could describe it is like it was made in 2001 and it's very much like a kind of Y2K type like horror internet kind of like ghost story type film. And I picked it because like it's probably the scariest film I've ever seen, not in the sense that there's a lot of like disturbing shit happening in it that's like upsetting, or even that like it's like the best horror movie, But like just the one that for whatever reason all of like the scary moments and individual bits are the most effective to me. Like there's so many bits of this that are just like a guy walking down like this empty, dilapidated kind of like warehouse and just sees like a couch on the other side of it. And there's just an aura that there's something on the other side of that couch, and it's just this long walk to see whatever it is. And it's not just like, oh, it's a fake out. Like what he finds is just truly like terrifying and shit like that. It's like a lot of what you mentioned of like Skinamarink, of like moments where the details of like what you're seeing is kind of like uncertain because of like through like digital haze and kind of like old like type of like video recording on like internet like live stream services, you know, like live stream services for 2001, so like, you know, not very good. But it is just very effective, very, very creepy and atmospheric.
Another one I'd recommend is, you probably guessed it from all the other stuff I make, Godzilla, the original 1945 one.
Oh, 1954.
I'm a fake fan.
You're not real. Lame fan.
Yeah, the original 1954 Godzilla. Now, this movie is not like the current, I'd say, MonsterVerse type brawling Showa era, you know, cartoony stuff. This one, it takes itself very seriously. Godzilla is like an actual walking nuclear disaster. People who are not deliberately crushed by him are dying from the radiation he emits. He is just the embodiment of the utter terror that the Japanese nation went during World War II.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the original is like a great choice, and the choice I would also make if I was to pick, like, because there's so many Godzilla movies.
Of course, there's like 30 plus. There's like 30 plus, I'd say.
And even if you're going with like the quote unquote like the canonized editions like Shin Godzilla or like Godzilla -1 or even like the 85 Godzilla, like that's still like a lot to choose from. But I think the one that makes this one like the correct choice is that there's just the immediacy of like that event in like connection to this film is like very deeply felt, and just like the way it looks, the way it feels, and also just like by the end of it, like I remember I watched it in a theater like a little while back, and like because it's a film from 1954, like the credits are all at the beginning, so like when it just ends on this, just like the note that ends on, it just ends and the lights come back up, and it's just like this, you just sit in your seat, just be like, oh fuck, okay, shit, all right. And
there are just some shots in this movie that I would still say very haunting.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially the one where Godzilla's sort of peeking through the birdcage. That's a beautiful shot. I think that's beautiful. Incredible.
Yeah, and honestly, like I get some people being like, "Oh, the visual effects don't look as good as they used to," but like I think they look great.
I think for 1954, I'd still say it looks really good. Like Godzilla himself looks like he's actually pretty well built. He's not like super saggy or anything like that.
Yeah, and the thing I like about like this is like it's kind of like it's rigid but like fluid enough where it's like it's almost like believable as an animal rather than just Godzilla. Like, because like here's the thing, like we've now had like Godzilla as a character for so long that we have like a conceived notion of it, whereas in this film Godzilla's just like some big fucking animal that's just destroying everything in its path.
Exactly. He's just around. I don't even think he like fully understands he's even alive. He's just reacting to everything.
Yeah, which is like much more effective in the horror because it's just like truly like unsettling when it's just like the uncaring like wrath of nature versus like I am a thing with evil intent set on eviling evil you. Very articulate, I know, but you know.
But yeah, Godzilla 1954, and I'm a fake fan.
You are a fake fan, and you should feel bad. But speaking of kaiju movies, my next choice is you could kind of consider a kaiju film, actually. My next film is Jordan Peele's Nope, which I think a lot of people have probably seen. Is probably the one that most people have probably seen.
I'm sure I can actually chip in on this one.
I was gonna say you can throw in your commentary on this one, but I really like this film because I think this is the one that's like the most like easily accessible, despite having probably like one of the scariest scenes in all of these films that I have on this list. If you've seen the film, you know what it is. But I love this film just because it is like a kaiju film, And there's also like a lot of really interesting thematic stuff about filmmaking going on in it, because it's sort of like about filmmaking in some ways, but like, you know, the thing I like about it is like there's allegory and thematic stuff, but you could also just enjoy it as like, oh, it's just an adventure horror film. A lot of really, really just like interesting creative choices and like sound design and like a lot of the character stuff, like, because it's like a monster movie, but like I actually do care about the characters and like what they're going through, and it's kind of funny because it reminds me a little bit of some people might know the Signal Simulator. It was funny because this came out before Signal Simulator came out, but it reminds me a lot of that in the first half at least. But there's just like a lot of creativity, a lot of like really thoughtful like consideration for like the horror and like the character, and I'm not really delving into the plot that much just because it is a more recent film, so maybe not as many people have seen it, but it's absolutely worth seeing. It's really good.
It's a really good concept. I like the idea that, all right, so I think it's like this weird sort of primal thing, because obviously the big reveal is that, spoiler by the way.
Yeah, spoiler.
Big red letters, spoiler.
Big fat stinky font, spoiler with flashing lights.
Like the main villain is not Evil Cloud. It's a big old alien hiding. I think it's like presenting itself as a cloud.
Yeah, well that was the thing. Like it's a cloud, and then the characters think that it's like a UFO, but then they realize no, the UFO is literally the alien.
It's like exactly. It's the alien, and what's very scary about it is that the fact that it just picks people up and just they're gone. They're dead. They're just eaten. It's this weird sort of primal fear that you're just like back on the food chain.
Yeah, and it's
to
like,
just get picked up, but essentially like if you were an ant and just a guy picked you up, right? Like that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say very similar to Godzilla in that sense of it's kind of just an animal that's functioning as I need to eat food.
Sure.
I'll eat that. And the sound design for the monster is like deeply terrifying with like how it mixes in like the screams of people that are like in the digestive system and all that shit.
That part was fucking horrifying.
Horrifying.
I hated the thought of that. And you know, you hear them screaming up top and then just utter silence.
Yeah.
And it starts raining a bunch of stuff that the thing couldn't digest.
Yeah. And also just like some of the stuff with like the fact that it's almost designed like a big eye, like from underneath.
Exactly.
And you know, the looking and like the whole thing of the film is like, oh, don't look directly at it and you'll be fine, essentially, which is like really interesting when you think about it, because the movie also sort of feels like a movie about like the act of looking at horrible travesty or deciding to turn away from it, kind of thing.
Exactly.
Which is interesting and very, very thoughtful and but again, it's also at the same time a movie that can still function as just like a big old like popcorn horror monster movie.
Yeah, it did a lot right, I would say, and I remember like when it came out, people were still buzzing like, "Is he gonna make an Ava movie?"
Yeah,
that thing looks like an angel from Ava. Is that fucking?
He did the Akira slide.
And I would say like, yes, it did look like it was from Ava, but I liked like I saw the behind the scenes. I liked all the effort that they put into like make this thing look alien, but almost feel like it could theoretically in like an obviously a different planet. It could like be around. Yeah,
like it could exist as like an actual like creature, which is interesting because it is like, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, the monster of a movie has to be sort of like well thought out as to like why it looks the way it does, what it's conveying through that. But a lot of the times it's just like, oh, it looks cool.
I know, it's
That's
like
about it.
They could have easily just done like a thing with like a lot of sharp teeth or whatnot. It's the fact that they made it like this giant unfeeling thing that just has this like snap reaction to everything.
Yeah,
it's just that's scary.
Like it's almost like it reminds me of like when I look at like a jellyfish and I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool animal, but I'm also like, what the fuck even is that?
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck is that? Like, how is that a thing that exists?
Is that you can't even like comprehend it?
Yeah, which is like great because I like, even though Lovecraft is like a bad person, I love his like attributes of like something truly unknowable and like not in any way understandable in a human sense.
Exactly.
Which is what I think that is conveyed very well in the Nope very well.
Yeah. Though I will say, I'm mad at this movie. They kill Keith David within 5 minutes. What the fuck? That's why I watched this.
That does kind of suck, because Keith David is the GOAT. But, you know, hey, there's other movies that are horror movies that have Keith David in it, but I don't remember their names, though, so sorry.
This is a thing.
Oh yeah, there's The Thing. Yeah, he's in The Thing. Go watch The Thing. That's a really good movie
Okay.
too. What, you haven't seen The Thing?
Yes, I saw 2 things.
Like The Thing from Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that had a thing in it.
Fair. Fair enough. Anyways, what is your next pick?
Another one I would pick is another animated one. It's 9. This is a movie that scared the shit out of me when I was like 8 or something like that. And it's a movie that like it really has like Tim Burton's name on the cover. I think he just produces it, but I don't see any credits about it. He's just like around.
He's like even more so than something like A Nightmare Before Christmas. I think it was just he just gave money to this.
It's another one of those apocalyptic type stories, but it's told in the perspective of these like little rag dolls, and it's a very creative movie. I would say it's very scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely limited by budgets for like a couple sequences, I would say.
Yeah.
But the creature design, the entire premise of like the world is empty, and we just have these like little freaks running around, and like the aftermath of everything. That is so cool, and the creatures they just populate the world with are creatively gruesome, I would say.
Yeah, they are very like intricate in their design, and like because there's like a lot of kind of almost handmade cloth, like paper mache sort of feel of like all these like creatures that I find really compelling, because it's like things that are inherently like not human, like things made by humans but like not human in of itself. It's not like organic in any way, and it's just interesting to see kind of like this sort of like almost like post-apocalyptic war between like these two sort of like different kinds of entities.
It's like there's like a ruthless efficiency to these creatures too.
Yeah,
because like they're not just made to look scary. They're all made for like a singular purpose. Like the cat one is made to sort of grab things and like drag them back to the big lair.
Yeah.
The snake, the fucking baby snake that scared me the most.
Everyone loves a baby snake.
Is also made to like capture things and bring back to the lair, but it does so in a way that is so methodical that to ensure that nothing escapes because the last thing failed.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. Just the way that these creatures are made so specifically and so deliberately.
Yeah. And I like that like the 9, the sort of ragdoll characters are very like human shaped, and also just like equally ineffectually in a human sense, where it's like they have weapons but they're not really all that effective. Like it's only by sheer luck that they survive, and I found that really compelling in a lot of ways. And also there's a really good voice cast in this, because you got fucking Elijah Wood, you got John C. Reilly, fucking other people I can't remember.
They had a surprisingly stacked cast.
Yeah, like very good cast. But also it's just an anomaly of a film, like widely released, like kind of like it was PG-13, but like it's more like adult oriented, like animation that's not like comedy. It's like kind of horror atmospheric sort of thing, and yeah, it just released in theaters.
That blew me away to let it was in theaters, because it just came in my house randomly one day. It's like, all right, it's at night. You guys are going to watch this. And then it's like 10 o'clock. It's like, all right, go to bed with that in mind.
Yeah. Okay, so fun story. I watched this movie when it came out in theaters because I saw advertisements for it on something. I don't know what the fuck would be advertising it anyways. Because like
Hulu, back when it was free?
2008?
Oh, fuck, not Hulu then. I guess YouTube or like some YouTube equivalent.
I was thinking like maybe it was like my brothers used to watch like G4. Maybe it would have been like
it's
G4.
probably G4 then.
But like I watched whatever my brothers watched, and they were like, "We're willing to take you to go see this." And it was like the first scary movie that I ever watched, and it was scary. But like even as an 8-year-old, I was like more enthralled than scared by it. So like, advice to all you viewers: show this to your 8-year-old.
Show this to your 8-year-old at night, and then have them go immediately to bed.
Yeah, do it. I dare you.
No screen. Just let them sit with their thoughts.
Let them sit with their thoughts. Let them think about what they watched. But I need to rewatch 9 though, because I remember being.
If I had to suffer, so do they.
That's a really great mentality to have. Very, very good mentality.
This is my inheritance to the world.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, now for my final choice. My final choice is kind of an interesting thing, because it's not like some people have debated if it's a horror movie, because it's kind of more like atmospheric coming of age film, but it is very Like, everything visually about it is very horror coded. And also, I think the last half of it is terrifying. Not only is it one of my favorite horror movies, but it might be my favorite movie, which is I Saw the TV Glow. Now, if you're someone who knows me personally, you know that I just yap about this film all the fucking time, so, this isn't new to you. But it is ostensibly a film about two teenagers growing up who have a connection over a kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer-esque TV show that they really like. But as they grow older and their lives are kind of sort of very stagnant, they seem to kind of be stuck in this feeling of almost like the TV show and their reality become one and the same. Now, it's not so much in a, like, quite literal sense that, like, the TV show became real, but it's more in, like, a very allegorical kind of sense. And there's, like, very specific allegory behind it that the people who made it obviously intended. But I'm not going to say that, because I want you to take your own damn interpretation from this, you fucking lazy shits.
You fucking troglodyte.
Go write an essay and use your brain.
Editor, put a picture of Amoeba on the screen. Yeah, that's you.
But I really love it because it's a kind of film where it's like it's one of those films where it's like I enjoy it because everyone has one of those films where you watch it and it's like literally just like me. But for me in this case it was a bit too true, especially with what happens in the last half of this film, which again I won't spoil it for you. What I will say is, this film is rated PG-13, and I kind of forgot that it was rated PG-13 because what happens like the last 10 minutes genuinely upset me. It's also really cool though, so that balances it out. But it's very atmospheric. It's the kind of film that has a very rich atmosphere and just aesthetic to it that's very interesting. And it might be boring to some people. It might be like, what the hell even is this? But for the right kind of people, this will be like their favorite movie also. So I would recommend go watch it.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Alright, well, that was our spooky Halloween episode. Okay, well, I gotta get back to my Nintendo's.
I gotta get back to my Nintendo's 3DS to play Animal Crossing New Leaf.
You just said my thing but louder.
I said your thing but louder.
And correct. That was the actual quote.
Sorry I know things.
I don't. Anyways, thank you so much for being here today talking about, I don't know what the fuck this was, but here we are.
We're talking about Halloween because Halloween, the best time of the year.
Because Halloween.
Now go out, get some candy, get some razor blades in your candy, cut your tongue up a little bit by accident, go to the hospital.
Or for fun.
You could do it for fun if you like. Maybe, I don't know your life. Maybe you're like that.
Maybe try.
Try it. Don't actually try it. Please don't do that.
Do it.
Do it.